Fortunately, we don't have to go very far in order to find an example of a biodiverse community. If you know where to look, even your own side yard can have plenty of species available to study. Here we have some moss, which is a very simple non-vascular plant, which plays a role in preparing young ecosystems for colonization by larger plants later on. Directly next to the moss, we find an invasive plant called lesser celandine. It was originally planted as an ornamental, but now in some areas it covers over 50% of the ground, outcompeting native vegetation, and we'll talk about invasive plants later on. Directly adjacent to the lesser celandine, we have a few rosettes of curly dock and some plantain as well. Further up, we see a plant that's probably more familiar to a lot of you, and this is dandelion. Dandelions are in the Asteraceae family, which happens to be the same family of flowers as sunflowers. Most people consider them to be a weed, but botanically there's no such thing, and that really hasn't stopped them from putting dandelion leaves into spring salad mixes. While I was filming this segment, Edward was kind enough to alert me of the presence of another member of this ecological community, and that is this garter snake over here in the yard. Ecologically, garter snakes are carnivores, and they will eat any kind of invertebrate, amphibian, or rodent that they manage to get their mouth on. There are quite a few snakes in Pennsylvania. Garter snakes are larger than the ringneck snake, but they're not quite as large as, say, black rat snakes or copperheads. In order to defend themselves from larger predators, they use a defensive musk, which has earned them the nickname of one of the smelliest snakes in the world. I still think they're pretty darn cute, though. Moving out of the side yard and into the back forest area, we find a dead log, which is a great habitat for other kinds of organisms. Earthworms eat decaying leaf vegetation on the forest floor and return the nutrients back to the soil. This gives them a very important role in maintaining a healthy ecosystem. The next animal that caught our attention underneath this log was this salamander here. Salamanders, like toads and frogs, are amphibian, which means that they have to spend at least part of their life cycle in the water. They also have the fascinating ability to regenerate limbs once lost. Some scientists are currently trying to figure out if we can duplicate that ability in humans. At the moment, it looks like the next breakthrough in that area is a long way off, so I wouldn't expect it to be an option at your doctor's office next time you visit. Here we have a few meadow violets, which are displaying both the white and purple phenotypes. Meadow violets are an example of a plant that can reproduce asexually via rhizomes. The last plant that I'll talk about for this video, and there are dozens more in my yard alone, is garlic mustard. Garlic mustard was intentionally introduced into the United States as a food source, but it too has become invasive. I have decided to take this one and use it for my leaf pigment paper chromatography lab video, which you can also find on this channel.